ever there was time where I would be able, like, just, I'm not going to keep it together and do this one. But
I don't know why.
I don't. I'm Hally Leadbetter. This is Amanda Renner. We are here at the brand new Fields Ranch East. Amanda, are you ready to play some golf?
I am very excited to play some golf with you. You usually give me some good tips to fix my game.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes this time.
Is this not a lesson?
No.
Oh.
No, this is a match.
Okay. Oh,
this is
shoot. Okay.
But the rules are simple. It's a point for a fairway, point for a green, point for an up and down, 5 points for a birdie, and 1,000,000 points for a hole-in-one.
What about like style points?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Can I gain points and other avenues?
Of course. I mean,
Right.
that's one of the key features of this show. We can give points to each other whenever, wherever, for
I
whatever
get to give you
reason.
points as
you
well.
You can, if you'd
Okay.
like. I am going to give you some points for these incredible shoes that you're wearing.
Thank you. Thank
they
you.
are so stylish.
I appreciate that.
3 points off the top.
I'm giving you points for giving me points. Because I feel like now I'm going to feel guilty every time you're really nice to me.
Okay, it's 3-3.
So it's 3-3.
Amanda Renner.
You know what? I'm still competitive. I'll give you 2 points.
Okay.
It's 3-2. I'm up one.
It's 3-2.
Yeah.
Amanda Renner, you are on the tee. Woo! Roll, baby!
Go, ball, go! I hear that low ball flight is great for Texas.
It is. I mean, it is. If it was windy, it would be. You're keeping it under that non-existent Texas wind.
Thank you, Hally. God, you didn't have to tell everyone that it wasn't windy. I've been playing
It
that
is
off.
so windy.
Thank you. That's better. That's better. Okay, show off. -1 point for
What?
being a show off.
You
just lost a point.
You can't
It's now
do
3-1.
That. That is not a rule.
You told me there were no rules.
Well, there are just a few.
So I can't take away points?
You cannot take away points. All right, Amanda, so we play golf occasionally together. We have a great time, but I don't think I've ever heard the story of when you first held a golf club.
My parents, I always grew up on a golf course. My dad was obsessed with golf. My mom still plays all the time. And I was really into swimming. I was big on the swim team until, I don't know, but most of my childhood, I would say. And so my parents started to barter with me. They were like, we really want you to pick up golf. We'll allow you to spend all day at the pool if you just go take 1 golf lesson, like a week, whatever it was.
Okay.
So I started taking golf lessons. And probably 9 years old was my first lesson.
Okay.
I did not fall in love with the game because I am an only child and I like to be a part of like a team sport. And when we were growing up, we didn't really have golf in like a team atmosphere.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
No,
So I
for
felt
sure.
like it was pretty isolating, but I am forever grateful for those lessons because it literally gave me the foundation to be able to play casually even today.
Right, and I mean, you were incredibly athletic. You played volleyball in college, and you are known to have the most, what is it? What
The
is
most athletic and unpredictable swing in golf. Shout out Roger Steele for that title. You never know where it's gonna go.
But it's okay. It's a beautiful golf swing. So like I said, you played
Thanks,
college.
Hal.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
if that's
is.
true, but thank you.
You played college sports, studied broadcast journalism.
Yep.
I'd love to hear, just in a nutshell, how you got from Hofstra to doing what you're doing now.
So when I graduated in 2008, it was like the height of the recession, and I could not get a local sports job anywhere. Like I was so ready and willing. They tell you when you're in broadcast journalism school, you have to be willing to go to like the smallest towns, right? Like, and do the hard stuff. And I was so excited to do those things, and I couldn't get hired anywhere. So I moved back home to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, moved back in with my parents, which they were not thrilled about. And I worked part-time as a hostess and bartender at a local restaurant. And the other half, I worked at our local newspaper, doing everything from writing obituaries to doing like hard news stories, like people's houses burning down. I was
my
going there and
gosh.
interviewing. It was like,
That's
really terrible.
That's such a different.
Really hard. Shout out to all those hard news local reporters. It's one of the hardest, most heart-wrenching jobs, I think, in the world. And I did all of that in exchange for being able to do a sports segment that would then go on the website that in 2008, 2009, I think my mom was probably the only one actually logging on to lancasternews.com to look at it. So, it's just like, what we learn in this industry, and you know it too, you always just have to find a way, right? Like every time a door shuts, if you really want it, you have to kind of sometimes create your own opportunities, and that's kind of how it started for me.
Yeah. Here we are in the fairway. We're gonna go.
Isn't that crazy? I drove it just as far as you, Hally. That's normal. That's normal. I don't know why you're laughing.
But I hit the fairway, you missed the fairway, so now it's 3-3. No,
I hate this for me. Okay. What's the yardage?
121.
121. What's your 121 club, Hal?
My 121 club, little into the fan. I'm gonna hit like a choke down 9-iron, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna go 8.
Okay. You want to go first? Go ahead.
Oh, not particularly, but I will.
Okay.
The wind just took that one, Hal. Oh, get a good bounce. She's on the green. That's a point. Is that 2 points?
No, 1 point. Don't get greedy.
Oh, Hally, it's perfect.
Sit.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Point for me.
I don't even know why I play with you. It's so demoralizing. I'm like a glutton for punishment.
We have so much fun.
I feel like I'm just a confidence boost for you. You're like, I'm really feeling terrible about my game. I'm gonna call Amanda.
That is
See if she has any time to tee it up with me this week.
That is so not true. Okay, so Hofstra writing obituaries.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that you'd be doing what you're doing now? Was this always the goal?
Yes. I would not have ever believed you if you would have told me that golf was going to be a part of it. I always knew I wanted to be a sports broadcaster. I was obsessed. I mean, born originally in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You know, I think we're all wrapped in terrible towels when we come out. And I was obsessed with football. Like, I just thought that was my only path, was I was going to be an NFL sideline reporter. And that was the only option in my brain. I was so laser focused on it. But like we just said, sometimes you have to create your own opportunities and be willing to go on a path that you don't expect, right? To get the end result that you want.
Right.
And that's what I did. I was working in the tri-state area, in New York, New Jersey, in Connecticut, doing high school and college football and like a bunch of other sports. And a friend of mine called and said, hey, the PGA Tour is looking for an in-house reporter. So I went down and I interviewed and I was super honest. And I was like, listen, I know nothing about the PGA Tour. I know Tiger Woods and Jim Furyk because Jim Furyk went to the same high school I did. Okay. And I was like, that's all I know.
Good reason.
And they were like, you know what? You know how to write. You know how to produce your own stuff. And we can teach you the game. And I said, okay, let's do it. And moved down and learned the game and thought I was gonna probably be there for like 2 years and then immediately go get hired somewhere else and be covering football. 5 years I spent at the PGA Tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, which I feel like gave you such a great base for what you're doing now. I mean, you know all the players so well, you know all their stories.
Well, now I can't imagine my life without golf, right? And coincidentally now with CBS, I do NFL as well. So like it all came full circle, but it was a decade of being willing to try new things and learn new things and throw myself into the opportunities that were given, see what the possibilities were, right? I think if I would have stayed so laser focused that when that friend called, if I would have said, well, I don't want to do golf, my life would never be what it is today, right? So like sometimes you just have to trust your gut that like, okay, this is the thing I think I want, but these other opportunities are happening and don't limit yourself.
Right, and it might end up even better than what you thought.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, look at us.
This ended up better than I thought. So that's good. I
What
like
a
that.
lovely segue. It's almost like you do that for a living. Back to you, Jim.
Back to you, Jim. I'm still trying to figure out how to subtract points from you. I think that's the only way I'm gonna win. If I make this, Hally, you're giving me 30 points.
Oh, okay, 30 points.
10 points. This would be an insane, this would be the longest birdie putt of my life.
Okay. You gave it a roll?
I did. I gave it my best effort there. Oh, you hate to see that.
That was bad.
I do not hate to see that.
Good.
I love to see that. Good. Wow. 5 points if I make this.
Okay. What? Far. Okay, 5 points.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right, 5 points.
Fine. Okay.
All right.
Fair
I
enough.
love how you act like you're not competitive.
This is all for fun. All right, we're here on hole 13. It is our second hole in the match. I am down. Amanda, you have the honor. 152, not a yard more.
Did that pain you to say that?
It did.
I know,
It did
I
a
heard
little
it.
bit.
I heard it in
A
your
little bit.
voice.
Draw, baby.
Go, ball. Go, ball. Stop, ball.
Stop. Sit.
Bye.
Okay. Very
Okay.
respectable effort.
Thank you, Hally.
That's not quite a green, but I feel like I'll give you a point. Oh, I yanked it a little bit. I think it's okay.
Shut up. It's all over the pin, and you have the
Oh,
audacity
I'm
to
short.
say that.
I'm short.
Yeah, well, it should have gone with the 4-iron.
So you reached your original dream goal of being an NFL sideline reporter, and it's even better because you also get to cover golf.
Yes.
I'm really curious, what are the differences between covering those two sports?
They could not be more different. Golf is, you're watching the broadcast, we're on for a 3-hour window. As you're watching, the storylines, right? You have time to research if you're not familiar, with something that you want to ask a guy. You have time to look at the stats. You have more time, right? And also it's like a rolling Rolodex in terms of like these guys last for so long out on the PGA Tour. There's a lot of players that I've been covering since 2011. So I inherently kind of already know their backstory, right? You know their families, the tournaments they won, all that kind of stuff.
And you have the relationships too,
You have the relationship. So like it just feels, I don't know, it feels more comfortable, I would say, just because of the familiarity and the fact that there isn't a whole lot of player turnover, right? And the NFL is totally different. You do all of your research before the game starts. You have your stories, you're kind of guessing what players you hope might have, do something in the game so you can get that story in if there's time. You never know what's gonna happen with injuries. Everything is like you do all of this research and you kind of have to throw it all out once the game starts and just hope that all the stuff that you did prior to that game sticks.
Right.
As a sideline reporter, obviously very different if you're an analyst or play-by-play, but
Two very different skill sets.
yes, football's just so unpredictable, head on a swivel. I do about 3 miles around the field during a game.
Oh my gosh.
So you never stop moving. So you are watching the game, keeping an eye on both sidelines to make sure you're not missing any injuries, not missing any important interactions, right, between coach and player, listening to what your guys are talking about in the booth, and still trying to remember, like, okay, these are the stories that I'm hoping to get in.
Wow.
So there's just so much going on. There's so much adrenaline, which, it kind of translates, right? Golf is like this more peaceful, calming game.
Right.
Football is 0 to 100 for, 4 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is. And that's how it feels when you're working it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say, just across the board, is your favorite part of your job?
The storytelling. I love humanizing the athlete. I love being able to share with the world what makes a guy tick, what makes him, reach this level of elite athleticism, because it's not just inherently being born with the talent. That's not it. Right. Anyone can be born with the talent. It's that switch to work and sacrifice and commit in a way that I think a lot of us, we didn't even know that's what it would take, right? Let alone making that choice and being willing to do it. And the inspiring stories of how maybe people at home can relate to someone who otherwise seems unrelatable. They can inspire, they can motivate, they can, they can do so much for the fans at home watching. And, we all watch sports, as I think, as an escape from the bad stuff happening in our lives. So be able to bring those positive, impactful stories, to me, is at the heart of what we all should be doing in sports.
Yeah. Well, you know what a positive, impactful story would be? You making this spot right here.
Now that would be a miraculous story, unlike any other that we've told.
All right.
Where's my ball?
It's right there.
Off the green, but you said you're still going to give me 1 point. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thanks, Hal.
Yes.
True friend right there.
Okay. Wow.
Turn ball.
Expert
Turn ball.
green reading. Good job.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. What a putt.
That would have been 30 points for making a birdie off the green.
Excellent work. Wow. Okay. I think that's good. We'll give that to you.
You're gonna give that to me?
Yeah. I think you
Par.
got that.
FYI, Hally, that's a point for an up and down.
Oh, what? That's
Yes.
a point.
Wow. Thank you. Someone was trying to hide the points.
Okay, the producer's playing favorites. A point for an up and down, too.
No one's playing favorite. We're playing by the rules, Hally. Okay. And I don't appreciate your lack of sportsmanship.
Go.
Oh, no, you hate to see it. Just short.
Yeah, thank you, Captain Obvious.
I'm working on my analysis skills.
Yeah.
How was that? Taps in for par.
Well, that one was short, folks.
Let's go over to 14.
Go over to 14.
Third and final hole, Hally Leadbetter.
Yep.
I am up. This guy. Good guys, up. Bad guys, down.
Bad guy. That's a stretch. I'm a nice person.
You are a nice person. Just not in competition.
Right.
This is a challenging par 5. I'm ready.
Okay. Well,
I'm ready to take you down.
Well, how many points do I get if I make an eagle?
God, I hate that because it's actually feasible for you. If you get an eagle, I'll give you a half a point.
Oh, wow. Okay, fine.
What do I get if I get an eagle?
You get
1,000 points.
1,000 points.
Okay.
Yes.
It feels fair.
Okay.
Feels fair.
Yes. Off you go. Oh, baby, keeping it under that wind.
Yep, avoided the
Roll.
wind once again.
Not today, wind.
You know what I just realized, Hally?
What?
After you hit another perfect drive? Maybe I need to waggle more. Maybe that is what is preventing me from taking my game to the next level.
It's the waggle.
Yeah, your waggle looks swaggy.
Thank you. It's a swaggle waggle. I should get my bag maybe.
Swaggle waggle.
So I'm really curious to get your take on nerves because I always felt like when I went from the golf course, which is where I kind of started, and then when I got into doing on camera work, that my nerves that were on the golf course sort of came out in a different way on camera. Like
Yeah.
when I'm nervous on a course, I swing really fast. And when I'm nervous, when a camera's on me, I talk really fast. So I'm curious for you, do you still get nervous in a big interview? And if so, how do you handle that?
I get nervous before every single show.
Really?
Every single time, right before I go on camera, my heart is pounding out of my chest. And I think that just means that you care, right? I think you could ask any athlete, any PGA Tour player, the big games, okay, fine, right? Or for us, like our big shows, like might feel a little more heightened, but every game, for me, every on camera, I get that kind of same feeling because you just care so much.
Right.
And I think it's interesting, just like you said, when you start to notice it, it's almost like you try to eliminate it instead of embracing it. And I think now when I feel that my heart pounding and I get really nervous, I no longer am like psyching myself out that I shouldn't feel that way. I just kind of accept it and embrace it and try to use it to my advantage rather than trying to change how I'm feeling, which I don't think it'll ever change.
Right. No, that's a really good way to look at it because I feel like the first few times when it happens, you're like, oh my gosh, and you almost get
Like,
more
when does
nervous.
this go away?
Right.
And it doesn't. It never goes away.
I know another thing that you do a lot on the road to help stay centered is yoga. A lot of people maybe don't know that you're a certified yoga instructor.
I have my 200-hour and Baptiste style yoga.
Yeah. So tell me how that came about and how often are you getting to do yoga?
I do a considerable amount on the road, even if it's not like a full flow. It might even just be a meditation, right? Or a couple sequences, or just even stretching. I do it a lot. It's like the thing that I love that takes me inside of myself and it isn't for anybody else. You know what I mean? It's for me. It's so beneficial, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. It calms me down. It kind of it centers me in a really important way when you're constantly out of your routine, you're in unfamiliar surroundings on the road. It's really nice to have something that feels like home to you. You know what I mean?
And it's not like you have to do a 90-minute hot power flow. Like you said, just a meditation.
And sometimes, I mean, at certain places on the road, I have my favorite yoga studios that I go to, and that's awesome, and that makes me happy. But I started traveling with a travel yoga mat, actually. And that's been a game changer. Just rolling it out of my room reminds me, because I'm staring at it, right? When I get back from like a long day of work, it's just sitting there staring at me like, did you use me today? And I'm like, oh God, okay, I'm gonna get on there and do 10 minutes worth.
All right, well, let's try to center ourselves and hit some good shots here.
Would you like to do a tree pose competition? 5 points to the person who lasts the longest on one leg.
Yoga's not supposed to be competitive, Amanda. It's supposed to, okay, sure, let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah, how do
Anywhere but your knee, Hally.
Is this a competition?
Yes.
We might be here for a minute.
Close your eyes.
Oh, wow. No, you're not.
Here, close our eyes. First one to fall. Did you fall? No, you can't. That's not tree pose. You're such a cheater.
I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat. Okay, fine. You get the. How many points is that for? 5. Fine. Ow, I'm injured now.
All right, what are we looking at here?
Okay, let's see.
It's a long ways.
Wow, we're gonna have to remember that. I have to incorporate that into future shows. If I'm ever down, I'll be like, wait, tree pose competition.
Close your eyes. That's when it gets
Yeah,
hard.
I was like, this is easy.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Isn't that funny?
Okay, we have got, all right, 195, Amanda.
Perfect, my 195 club.
What club is that?
I don't have a 195. And I know you knew that because of the way you laughed at me when I said it.
Oh, baby, go.
Clear that bunker.
Woo!
Oh,
Nice. Oh, that's gonna be way down there.
good. Okay.
I'll even give you a high five for that one.
That never
How
happens.
about that for sportsmanship?
Ooh, that was
Be the
gorgeous.
right club today.
Wow.
Settle.
Wow.
Stop. No.
You went over the
much.
green.
Last topic that I really want to cover, we're getting back on track,
Okay.
is the logo on your hat. Puppies and Golf. I have been able to have the pleasure of having a front row seat, watching you build this wonderful organization from scratch. Tell everybody at home how you got the idea and what's new with Puppies and Golf.
Yeah, so when I was living in Jacksonville, Florida, working for the tour, I started volunteering at an amazing organization called Canines for Warriors. And the majority of their dogs are rescue dogs. They go into high kill shelters, save these dogs who sometimes are hours away from euthanasia because of overpopulation in shelters right now. And they train them to become service animals for our military veterans battling PTSD. So they save the dog saves the veteran. It's this unbelievable full circle moment. And I just fell in love with being of service to that organization. And so when I moved out to San Diego, I still wanted to do something, right? And by that point, I realized how incredible, shelter dogs are and how underserved that community really is. So we started fundraising for it. And then when COVID hit, I had way too much time on my hands to think about all the other things I wanted to do, and turned it into a 501c3. So now we have 3 pillars, and one of them is obviously supporting different shelters every month. The second one is family grants. So let's say like your dog has a really high unexpected medical bill that you can't pay, we'll pay it so the dog can stay in your home. And then our third one is, of course, still supporting veteran organizations that train service animals.
I was not thinking about ever getting a dog, and I got a dog because of Puppies and Golf. So
You were a huge part of one of our outreach. I mean, we were trying to get, oh man, I think it was a group of 40 dogs that were about to all be euthanized in one day in a shelter not far from where you live. And Puppies and Golf was a part of the effort to get them all out in time, which we did, which was amazing. I think we helped save 13 dogs in that rescue. But I text Hally and was like, hey, you're close to the shelter. Would you mind going to pick one of these dogs up and bringing them back to your house and just foster, temporary, like totally temporary? And she's like, absolutely, goes up, gets now their dog Ryder.
major foster failure.
Like within 2 days, she's like, we love him. We can't give him up. And now you guys have a dog. It's incredible.
It's the best. Well, you really do so much work. That's so much incredible work. And so I
Thank
really
you.
hope people check out Puppies and Golf. And I'm going to check out you hitting this shot right here on the green.
That's
maybe in
my
the
ball.
hole. Yeah.
Look how dangerously
You
close
almost
we
hit
came.
it too far.
These greens are really slopey.
They are very
So
slopey.
my goal is just to get it anywhere on the green so that I have a putter in my hand.
Okay,
Is
I like that plan.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like
Because
that.
there's like not really even a flat area to land this.
Not really.
Yeah.
Just pop it on the front.
Just pop it on the front.
Just pop it on the front.
So easy. Just like
Just
that.
like that.
Bite.
Settle.
Bite.
Settle. Stop.
Wow, these greens are hard.
Okay.
Okay.
Putt for birdie.
We're putting.
There we go.
Look how seriously she takes this.
Can you throw
Are
a
you
mark on that?
pacing this off?
Yeah, can you throw a mark on that?
Wow. No.
I'm just kidding.
No, I cannot.
It's not in the way. Yeah, I am pacing it off. Okay, I have to make it. This is very serious. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
17, 22, 28,
16,
32.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 26.
26.
You're trying to confuse me. Okay.
Were you a trash talker when you played?
I mean, it depends who I'm playing with. You know, like I can't be like a junior tournament and be
Baby Hally just swimming through everyone's
kicked
heads.
off the tour.
Oh my God! What a
left.
shot!
Go!
Shut up!
No, so
That
Wow.
was unreal. Wow.
Oh man,
Wow.
I tried real hard.
You almost did it. I can't believe that did. Look at that.
We've had so many close calls today. All right, well, I gave it my best effort, but now just have to clear the stage for Amanda. It's a formality at this point. Amanda, take it away. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's
All
gonna
right.
be
All right, a nice tap in.
Tap in for par.
Wave to the crowd.
And a win. I'm ready
Lovely.
for my victory interview.
All right. Amanda, I know
Nice,
you've
the tables
been...
are turned.
Thanks, Jim. Amanda, I know that you have been waiting to potentially beat me in golf for quite some time.
My
What
whole
is it?
life.
What does it feel like to finally reach that milestone?
I'm speechless right now. I'm going to be honest. I have worked my whole life for this moment, and it feels even better than I ever could have imagined.
All right, well, we'll let you go celebrate with your family, and then you want to go get a drink?
It's my favorite part. Yeah.
Did you have fun?
I always have fun with you, especially when I beat you.
Cheers.
Cheers.